Hi, this video is about the power of forgiveness for healing and growth. I'm Helen from Creating Shifts with Helen, which is all about helping you to transform your life, helping you to move from surviving to thriving, from just plodding on and getting by to having a passion for life, and helping you to make the changes you've craved but haven't been able to make so far. So before I begin, I'm dancing because my sessions, my programs include inspired dance, which is all about using cognitive behavioural therapy methods and other psychological methods and getting to the root of what's keeping you stuck and holding you back and shifting all of that. And research shows that when we use the body to help us to shift all this, as well as the tools from coaching, from CBT, all of that, using the physical body actually really supercharges everything, because we hold things in the body. We hold emotions, beliefs, trauma, thoughts, all that can be held in the body. So inspired dance brings it all together. And I like to show people a little bit of inspired dance, because sometimes the word dance can make people think of like structured and formal dance. But as you can see, inspired dance is not choreographed. You don't need any experience. You don't really need a certain level of fitness, because we can be as energetic or not as what suits you. So, forgiveness. Forgiveness is a major thing that is holding a lot of people back. Forgiveness can really shackle us and has a really strong grip over us, and it impacts the whole of our life. It creates a real ripple throughout all of our life. So it doesn't just involve the person and the relationship with the person we're reluctant to forgive. It affects all our relationships and ripples throughout our life. And forgiving is one of the most powerful things we can do to get ourselves unstuck and to move forward and to shift those things that have been holding us back. It's really powerful. So forgiveness doesn't mean that it makes what somebody has done okay. That's not the case at all. A lot of people are unwilling and reluctant to forgive because they think it means that the behaviour that they're reluctant to forgive is now okay. But that's not the case at all. Forgiveness isn't about making anything okay. It's about releasing the grip it has on us and our life so that we can move on. So it doesn't make anything okay, and it doesn't mean they can do it again. So the example that springs to mind there is cheating, infidelity in relationships. If we're willing to forgive that, it doesn't mean that it gives the other person the go-ahead to do it again. It doesn't mean that at all. And it doesn't mean the other person's off the hook. It doesn't downplay what they've done and the impact that it's had on us. What it does mean when we forgive somebody is setting ourselves free from the impact that it's having on our life. If we're not forgiving, if we're reluctant to do that, there can be so much bitterness and resentment which is always under the surface, and like I said, impacting all of our life, not just the relationship with the person we're reluctant to forgive. So forgiveness is really about us and impacts us far more than the person that we've been reluctant to forgive. has a huge ripple effect on our life, because we can't change the past, we can't change what somebody's done to us, but we can control and manage how we feel about it and how we react to it. And it's not always easy, and moving towards a place where we're willing to forgive somebody can be slow, because people can do really hurtful, atrocious things to us. So it's not all of a sudden coming to a place where we're willing to forgive. That can take some time, and that's completely understandable. But when we get to that place where we're ready to forgive, what's next? Well, forgiveness is a lot about intention, having the intention to forgive. We don't actually have to have a verbal conversation with somebody to forgive them. And some of the time, the person we've been reluctant to forgive, maybe not even still alive, they might have passed on. So in some circumstances, it's not even realistic to have a conversation with that person. But even if the person is still alive, sometimes it's just not realistic. And so the intention to forgive is huge. I walk people through an energetic type process where you forgive the person and there's a reconciliation. And another major point I want to bring up is that sometimes the person we most need to forgive in our life is actually us. It's ourselves. When we don't forgive ourselves for maybe treating ourselves badly or staying in positions that we've stayed in for too long, or if we've done things that we're not happy with, we're ashamed of, holding on to that for ourselves is really, really shackling and keeps us stuck. When we forgive ourselves, when we come to that place where we're ready, willing and able to forgive ourselves, that can have such a big impact on our lives and set us free. Not to downplay the impact that forgiving others also has, that too just has such a huge, powerful ripple effect on our life and is so freeing. But yeah, forgiving ourselves is one of the biggest things that can set us free and help us to move forward in our life. So my website gives details of the programs that I offer, the coaching and the inspired dance. So you can head over there. The URL is in the description, and it's www.creatingshiftswithhelen.com. And yeah, I'd love to hear your comments. Please post them underneath here.